Time to cut the rest of the handle out, and as you can see, I've clamped my step to the table, work table. And a couple things I want to point out. Notice the bar is not sticking up. I put that facing down so it would be out of my way. The step is hanging off the table because if it's not, I'm going to cut into the table when I try and cut this line. That's one of the two lines I've got to cut. And I want to make a tangent from the bottom to the bottom as well. And I can use a speed square, but it's got this edge on it, which is nice for hooking onto a board, but it makes it a little lumpy and a little wobbly, although it'll still work. When I'm making the tangent to the tangent, so I'm just going to get just a straight block of wood. And again, I'm going to use Sharpies just so it shows up a little better. And I'm going to draw a line from the bottom of the circle to the bottom of the other circle. And that's the line I'm going to follow and cut. You can see I already did it here when I placed the handles in the corners so that I could make them symmetrical. We talked about that before. Human eye seeing symmetry is beautiful. So that's why I came in and equal 6 inches. That's why I came down exactly 1 inch from the top so that this handle is going to be centered. Alright? Now just because again I have it clamped doesn't mean that these are foolproof. But this should work a little better than the push stick. I just have more surface area, and I'm hoping the clamps don't fall off this time. Make sure I keep the cord out of the way. I certainly don't want to cut through that. The table of the jigsaw is right here, and I want that flat on my board as I go to make my cut. I simply followed that line. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Hopefully my clamp's not in the way. Good, I have a little more room to work with again than the push stick. See scrap falls away. That looks pretty clean. I can see little lumps, little bumps I need to get in there with a rasp or a sanding block. File that down so it's nice and smooth. But I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. I definitely need to sand this. This obviously is a piece of plywood that's seen some days, so really all I have left to do is sanding and then deck screws. Again, the same way we anchored the stretchers, I will anchor the step to the frame of my step stool.